Good morning, everyone. I will be presenting the projects under the research program Growth of an Island Arc, Tectonic Consequences, and Human Impacts. This is being funded by the DOST PCIEERD under the MECOTECO initiative. So first, let's define what an island arc is. So if you look at this cartoon here on the left, this shows us two oceanic lithosphere colliding with each other. And because of this convergence, we actually generate magmas at depth. And if these magmas are able to rise up to the Earth's surface, this forms a series of volcanoes, which we call as an island arc. So basically, an island arc is a long curved chain of active volcanoes with intense seismic activity. Now, if we look at this figure here on the right, this is a map showing the Philippine Mobile Belt and the South China Sea Basin, which is subducting along the Manila Trench. And because of this convergence, we form a series of volcanoes tending from southern portion of Taiwan, all the way here to northern Luzon, all the way to the northeastern portion of Mindoro. And we call this series of volcanoes as the Luzon Arc. And if we look at the geologic events which happened recently within the Luzon Arc, we would have the June 12, 1991 Mount Pinatubo eruption, as well as the more recent Castillejas earthquake, a magnitude 6.1 earthquake, which occurred last April 22 in 2019. And both of these geologic hazards which occurred in the Luzon Arc were quite destructive. Because of this, we would like to study in detail the tectonic evolution of the Luzon Arc, and to address our objectives, we have two projects under this program, the first of which will focus mainly on igneous to sedimentary processes. And basically for this project, which I will be spearheading, we will be generating the baseline geologic data needed in trying to understand how the Luzon Arc was formed. And then to address also the geohazards present within the Luzon Arc, Project 2, headed by Dr. Noelina Ramos, will address the objectives under this particular project. And also shown here on this slide would be our collaborators from different institutions here in the Philippines as well as in Taiwan. So for Project 1, as I mentioned earlier, we will be generating the baseline geologic, geochemical, and geochronological data on the Luzon Arc by both looking at igneous and sedimentary rocks. We also would like to determine the different ages or magmatic phases present in the Luzon Arc. And then by collating all this information, the main aim is to actually generate a model on the magmatic and tectonic evolution of the Luzon Arc through time. And this will be some of the methods that we will be conducting to address our objectives, the first of which should be to conduct field and geologic mapping. Then samples collected from the field would be subjected to various laboratory analysis, petrographic and geochemical analysis. And then we will also be conducting dating by using microfossils as well as isotopes to determine the ages of the igneous and sedimentary units present in the area. For our work plan, the first year, we will be focusing mainly on the Pangasinan and Ilocos region, as well as some portions of the southern and western central Cordillera. For year 2, we will move a bit up here, quite close to western Cagayan Valley Basin and eastern central Cordillera. Then for year 3, we will focus in some areas here in the central Cordillera, as well as those areas requiring additional field data or verification. And then these are some of the expected outputs of our program. And thank you very much for your attention.